Imagine being a young child again, right? You think about Monsters, Inc., and you're scared to go to bed, and you have monsters under your bed, you have monsters in the closet, whatnot. For me, when I was a young child and I got my nightmares and stuff, I imagined that my bed was a raft in the middle of an ocean. And maybe, I think at the time, for those of you who are old enough, I might have seen the movie Jaws at too young an age. So I thought like, oh, this great white shark is going to come eat me. Or I learned about piranhas in school. I'm like, oh, what a terrible idea that fish are going to just eat my flesh and stuff. So I imagined that my bed was this raft and like piranhas and sharks were going to get me. And I was like, oh, and I'm like, Daddy, Daddy. And so my father would have to come to my room, sit there in my room and just tell me reassuring words. And only then could I fall asleep. Only then could I rest. Because my earthly father was there speaking reassuring words to me. And isn't that perhaps like us? Not that you imagine Jaws is going to come eat you in your bed, but that we just need to know that God is with us and that God is speaking reassuring words to us and that he loves us so that we can truly rest in him. And this is the gospel, that the gospel is not. We just try our best, try our best, and God will do the rest. All our striving is not so we can justify ourselves. We strive not simply out of pure effort. It's not that we work ourselves to the bone and just, take a nice vacation. That's all nice and well. No, but at the cross, Jesus carried the burden that we could not carry. Jesus bore our sin, our guilt, our shame, our fears. And on the one hand, in the Garden of Gethsemane, you remember the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus asked his disciples to stay up awake and pray, and they fall asleep. Jesus stayed awake in agony so we could rest in grace. On the other hand, Jesus slept in the boat, right? You remember that? Jesus sleeping during the storm, the boat in the storm, but not because the storm wasn't real, but because the Father was trustworthy. And of course, we celebrate at Christmas time, the Savior of the world slept in a manger, which means that the world is not saved by our vigilance. The kingdom is not advanced by anxiety, but God saves while we cannot. And that is good news.